Hello, my wonderful friends and viewers. It's me, Psychic Violetta, and today I have my friend from Australia. He's American living in Australia, David Johnson. And
Great to see you,
we had
Violetta.
few Zoom readings already. And it's like we know each other, even we are not speaking from, but it's nice family reunion.
Right.
And
Violetta, it is like seeing an old friend.
It is.
Day one.
We have a really nice psychic community. We can't say anything bad about any one of us. We tried our best to be nice to people.
Yeah, it's a beautiful circle.
I have to make a prediction, hopefully wrong one, but so far for the 4 months, every time that I'm posting video, first 8 hours is going up, and then for 3 hours will be stopped. And it's kind of affecting amount of my viewers because they are not counting. So the next one is going slower and slower. And before I was in 1 hour getting 3,500 viewers. And now I'm lucky if I have over 1,000. So there is some glitch on my channel. I can't find a way to communicate with YouTube, Google. We sent 2 emails, no response, and yesterday the same thing happened. It's frustrating. So whoever wants to check 8 hours from uploading the video, I'm always mixing up, you will notice that for the same number is standing for all the time. Okay, David, please ask. Oh, I will ask David the first question because he's my guest.
Sure.
Why is Trump not doing his physical test? He was supposed to, at the end of the year, he went to the hospital and he said he's starting to do the physical test. It's May. He always was doing that test in March. And press is not pushing him about this. I didn't hear anything from the press to ask him questions. What's wrong?
Okay, let me check in. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I see Trump like a circle of tables around Trump, and these are sort of these experts. And Trump just goes, I never listen to experts. Why would I don't listen to a doctor that's going to help all of America. Why would I listen to a doctor that's going to help me? Trump really thinks he knows everything. So he really thinks that he is smarter even than his own doctors. And that's what I see. It's also one of these things where you just get the feeling he doesn't want to know. And if Trump doesn't want to know anything, he just pretends it's not happening and he just pretends that he is smarter. I think Trump is actually very, maybe deeply, on a deeper level, he's worried about his health. And the way that he reacts to worrying about something is that he pretends it's not happening. It's not good though. He's got some, I get especially like a high blood pressure. His blood pressure is really going up because of his stress.
And stress and weight and so on. So, okay, now it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn now. Now, by the way, yesterday, for those that don't know, I did a video, and in the video, I asked for people to submit their questions. If you're one of those people, sorry, I didn't get to your question. I only got to the first 10 because they were all really, really good questions. I'm going to try and look back at these questions and do readings on them. But these people gave really great questions. Some questions, by the way, they're not really great because they're just a yes/no question. So just for FYI. So here's the first question, and it comes from Gail. And it's, will Biden bring up Trump's kids' illegal activities? Since they are attacking Trump's children, will Biden attack his children?
It will be like, first he's nice, and then he's losing his temper and smashing something on the table. Wow. So eventually he will have enough.
Biden,
yes. I think Trump is planning to go after Hunter Biden.
Oh, he is.
So the closer to the election, the more dirt he wants to do it. And it was like pressure. Decorations are on the mantle, and he's coming and smashing this out. So I will pull 3 cards.
Right.
He will be by himself. I don't know why. It is something kind of wise guy, independent. He will not be afraid of being, he will make good choices, Biden.
Good.
1 more card. Yeah, eventually he will have to, he will, Angel of Wands. Eventually he will feel like there is no, I have to fight for my freedom, for my well-being, and he will be supported by, not only by himself, but they will have enough dirt on the Trump children's.
Good.
So
Good.
eventually
All right.
it will come up.
Well,
And I think Kushner as well.
Yeah, from your lips to Spirit's ear, okay? I'm waiting for Biden to get strong, all right? Okay, I'm ready.
I said that he has to grow his balls.
Okay, good.
But he has to, you know, because fighting with Trump, you have to go punch for punch. You can't.
Yeah, I agree. You don't fight a bully by being nice most of the time. All right, so I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay. Can you take a look? I know you are from California.
I am, yeah.
And someone asked me, can you take a look on West Coast earthquake activity? Sorry, because it's hard question.
It's a really tough.
I answered that long time ago, so I don't want to repeat it.
Okay, good. You know, this is the thing. Even as you're asking the question, what I saw actually is fires. That's more. I would say that should be a bigger concern. Fires, and I see fires all along the coast. I don't necessarily see. There could be an earthquake, and I could see that. Obviously, you know, in California, earthquakes are going to happen.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. They always happen. Sometimes they're small, and you know, when I was a kid, sometimes you just sleep through them, right? It's just not a big deal. But I do see in the center of California, I think there's eventually going to be an earthquake right in the center. But I get fires first, actually, and I see the fires, and they're all along the coast, Northern California, Southern California, all along the coast. I would say that, yeah, sure, there's going to be an earthquake. I couldn't tell you what time. But when it happens, it will be very much in the center. And when I say that, I mean a significant earthquake. But the real thing I am worried about now is fires. Okay. I'm just going to see if I get anything more about
and
this.
For the fires, I know a long time ago, I asked myself, and I talked with Linda Giacomanci, how people can build the new houses to protect themselves. And I saw a colony of snails, you know, those that looks like French snails.
Uh-huh.
And they will put water on top, and they will reuse that water over and over, and it will make, the houses will be made out of cement. And I think that will be the different structure that they might start building over there to protect themselves.
Let me tell you, as a person who lived through the fires here in Australia, if I ever build a house anywhere in the countryside, it will be made of cement and tin, right? And going into the future, that's just going to be reality.
And that's what I saw, the snail, you know, to putting the water outside, that will calm down everything.
I'm going to talk to an architect. That's a great idea. I have a very good friend who's architect.
Okay, so now it's question. Now it's you.
Oh, it's my turn to ask you. Okay, this one comes from Lisa, and again, really good questions from viewers. Will Trump be held accountable for the kids at the border? Now, she also asked about how they are, what situation they are in.
I know, it's
difficult to watch, I think.
I see a little child shoe, and it's on the line. you know, so one part on this side, another on another, just one little white shoe.
Mm.
It's like lost shoe, and that will be probably meaning that they are lost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was always afraid to touching that subject, so
Too. Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
check what. I think a lot of those children will be sent it back because it was on the border,
Yeah.
on the line. So
Yeah.
some of them will be sent it back to their countries and we wouldn't be able to trace them. And some of them will be lost in USA because we will be crying over those little children's.
It's hard to watch, I tell you.
And
You know.
worry about them.
Yeah.
And, you know, sadness. Eventually they will be compensating them. They will get freedom eventually, but it will take to the next for the next government to rebuild the protection for those children.
Do you think that anyone will be punished for these wrongs? Anyone, Trump or anyone else?
If someone is coming to the door and someone is slapping him with the doors, I think eventually everyone from who was responsible will be put to slamming them in the face.
Okay.
So they will have flat faces, kind of.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Okay. So this one is what the future you see from Pompeo.
Again, another subject I don't like to look at, right? It is just for viewers to know, sometimes Violetta and we have to really look at the face of evil, and it is very difficult sometimes to do.
And we are not programming ourselves what questions we will ask each other.
No, not at all. Okay, we are really making sure that these are from viewers. I'm just going to burn a little sage here. When I look at evil people, I always try to burn some sage. But let's see.
And I have my angel working for me.
Good for you. Okay, good for you. Always good to have angels protecting you when you're looking at people.
So many people were asking me, where did I got that angel? And they are asking Tracy, I got this in the Value Village.
Okay.
Because it was so beautiful, I couldn't resist.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for recycling, right? Most of my stuff that you see is recycled.
I'm the same.
Okay. You're the same. Yeah. Let's see. So you're asking about Pompeo. What do you want to know about Pompeo? Ooh.
His future. The past, we know that he was friends with Flynn and so on.
Yeah.
Flynn was the one who advised Trump to give him the position.
Well, let me tell you, he shows up like a vampire. He is like, he literally has blood dripping from his teeth. It's really disgusting. Okay, lots of protection. I'm just throwing out lots of protection. So what about Pompeo? What is he going to do? Okay, I do see Pompeo in court. He is being asked these questions in court. And it's interesting. It looks like a real courtroom. It's not like the Senate court. It is a true courtroom. And so he does look like he's getting in a lot of trouble. And a very unsympathetic jury. When people know what he has done, when this is exposed, he is going to feel a lot of heat. He's going to get in a lot of trouble. And I feel like crimes against humanity comes up. Everybody, even if you're not psychic and you look at some of the things that Pompeo has done recently, he is just a disaster. He's really not done anything for America. So, but I really also see that crimes against humanity comes up. There's a jury and there's a judge, and the judge is really kind of full of light, right? It feels very much like this. I kind of get, and I think it is connected to Flynn. I think he and Flynn, he knows something about Flynn or...
Flynn was cooperating with Turkey before the election, and he he told Trump, take this guy to be FBI big fish, and then he became now first secretary. So
Right.
it is still the tale of Flynn connection.
Well, you know, one way or the other, I have to say, I get Pompeo is going to be punished, and very much punished. He's going to experience the punishment also in this lifetime, not the next lifetime. He is looking really like a person who is going to prison. That's like exactly what I see, and a very unsympathetic jury, a very unsympathetic judge. When American people hear the truth about Pompeo, they will be disgusted.
Good. I'm just hoping that would continue.
Yes, I hope it's not me wanting it, but it's true. All right. So this one's from Naomi, and I like this. It's kind of a nice, optimistic question, I hope. The question is from Naomi: what will the world look like in 2 years?
Thank you, Naomi. It's like machine who is starting. So it's slow motions, but it will be moving forward. It's I saw the ships, you know, those old ships that were built on the steam. So it is the movement is moving and moving. At the beginning very slow, and then it will start because they will have fabrics all over the ship, and it will help them to move much faster. So it is the steamboat that is kind of starting.
I get it. Yeah. You know, I always see a similar thing, this Calistoga wagon, you know, this covered wagon going west slowly.
But truly that it will be moving forward. Okay.
Yeah. Great.
Now it's for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And the questions, I wrote them, so I didn't have from anyone this time.
Okay, but they're good questions.
Oh, thank you. I want to know. And I know you went to Hong Kong, but this one will be more about China, mainland. Do you see people uprising in mainland?
In mainland China.
You know, because...
let me see about China. Well, I can see, I think it's President Xi. It's Xi, I think you pronounce it Xi.
Xi or whatever.
Something like that. Okay, because I see him, and it's there's like a sort of circle of fire. Now, I often bring down a circle of fire that's good. This one doesn't look good. It looks like it's kind of too red. I mean, that makes sense. It's China has a lot of red in it. But there's, it's like a circle of fire going around him, but he's not part of the circle. He's sort of there. I actually get more repression, right? I get that it's going to, China is going to consolidate its power even more. Like this situation is actually going to benefit China. So, you know, what do they care about this illness? You know, it's not a, it's, you know, they have it, apparently they have it under control. And he's just going to use this actually as an opportunity to get more strict and more control over more people. I think there will be, I do see 1 or 2 people rebelling. So I think the first will come a lockdown. It'll come an even more stronger clampdown on society. But some elements of a revolution do seem to be starting. And by the time he is an old man, or I should say, I see him with gray hair, and that's when he's getting worried, right? So I think the seeds of a revolution are beginning, but first there's going to be a more of a clampdown. It might be 10, 15 years before these revolutions are being born against him, but they're just in their babyhood, right? They're just beginning.
I was hoping that from Hong Kong it will kind of spread, but that was
Yeah.
my
Let
hope.
me let me take a look at Hong Kong and let me see. You know, in some places, Hong Kong is sort of a beginning. I do see a lot of activism, and this is very important, I think. They will be freer than the people in Hong Kong because they're trying to do this gradually. But it's Hong Kong is harder to control because the people are used to their freedoms. I think that one thing is it is being born here. Eventually, I do see them getting a bit more freedom, but there's going to be a long fight for them, unfortunately.
Now for me.
Okay, sorry, now for you. I keep forgetting. Let's see. Here's Susie Q, right? Susie Q says, Twitter is now fact-checking Trump. Will other companies start to fact-check like this? And especially, will they fact-check Trump?
It's like China factory. The machine is moving and they are picking up what is kind of with defect.
Mm-hmm.
But most will be going smoothly. It's the lineup of people, you know, producing stuff for in China's factory. It's not in China. China like dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going, a lot of them, but once in a while they will be picking and testing. So that's what I'm seeing. I don't think they will be too picky because Twitter without Trump will be not a Twitter. We were
Right.
not talking about Twitter before, and actually I might give up my Twitter because, you know, he was the one who publicized himself on the Twitter. He doesn't use any other media.
Right.
Yes, Fox, but Fox is not reliable. This one, they are after the money. They want to have control of the money, and he's bringing
Yeah.
them a lot of money. They will be trying to control. I'm saying that they might, but it's all about money. We will learn that there is mistake, but they are not going to do too much against him because they want him to be there.
I get it. Yeah.
Too many
So,
millions followers, they are not going to jeopardize that.
okay, great. So, let's see. Sorry, it's my turn.
Yeah, your turn. Yeah, because I was answering. Yes.
Okay, good. So, I'm sorry. I answered.
No, I was talking about Twitter.
Okay.
You have to ask me. I have to ask you. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's right.
How do you feel about Kim Jong-un health?
About Clinton, Hillary Clinton?
No, Kim Jong-un, the North
Kim
Korean.
Jong-un. How do I feel about his health?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Well, he looks like he's just doing right now, as I'm seeing him, he's just doing normal things. Again, he's talking to a group of people in a circle. Now he's going to a podium and making an announcement. Ah, but you know what? He's touching his heart. So maybe there is a medical problem. He's touching his heart again. Okay, what's wrong there, Kim Jong-un? There's something wrong with his heart. He's kind of showing me like a doctor is showing me, here's a heart. And he's showing me some little push, like in the middle of the heart, there's something wrong. It's almost like he needs an operation because it's not regular. It might be that he went to the hospital and that's why he disappeared, because there's some irregular heart rhythm going on. Yeah, now I'm seeing it in the hospital. But you know what? He is getting out of bed and he's looking pretty good. So the problem has been solved. but it may only be a temp. You know, he thinks it's finished, but it might come back. Show me a little bit more. Okay. I mean, I am going to see that he eventually passes, but I don't know when.
Okay.
He doesn't look too old, though.
We have to stop now because we are reaching the half an hour and we were chatting for 10 minutes before.
Oh, that's right.
And Zoom is not letting me to record it for more than 40 minutes. So thank you so much, my wonderful
always fun to see you.
viewers, and thank you, David, for your cooperation with me.
My pleasure.
It's always pleasure.
It's always great to see you.
I'm one day younger than you. I'm just kidding, but because you are on the other side.
Well, I'm not letting anybody guess my age, to tell you the truth.
I'm proud of my old age, but I'm not going to brag about this.
You look great. You look just great.
Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay away from coronavirus and be positive.
Right. Blessings.
Hopefully, we will be able to speak up our minds.
I'm hoping so too. Take care.
Take care. Thank you so much. Okay, so this one record stop over here.
Nope.
Oh.